Hey, what's up, Cheesecake Nation? It's Supercharged Funk blasting at you once again. This time it is with my inaugural Transformers action figure review. And I have here the Age of Extinction Voyager class Grimlock. Grimlock being my favorite Transformers character, I decided he would be the first figure I would review. And I gotta say, I am in love with these Dinobot figures for this wave. I mean, just the figures themselves are 10 times better than what we got with the previous figures from the other movies. They were just not that great. I don't know. There's just something about them that I did not like. But these guys are pretty good. I will be reviewing all the Dinobot figures because I plan on buying them all. Right now I have the first 5. I have the 4 deluxe class ones and Grimlock here. I do not have the leader class Grimlock, nor do I plan on getting it. I'll show pictures of what he looks like in comparison to this guy. Honestly, the robot mode for the leader class looks a little bit better than this, but the dinosaur mode is just hot garbage. But I'll get into that later. Obviously I have Grimlock here in his robot mode. I really like the sculpting on all of these Dinobots. They all look really nice. All the Dinobots have like a knight motif going on. You can see here. They all have like these pointed toed boots. You know, like knights have. They all have like a knight's armor kind of thing going on here. But Grimlock, more so than the others, has a bit of a samurai thing going on here, along with a knight motif. I don't know, just something about him. I'll get a little bit of the back here. See all the screws are on the back. But, yeah, like I was saying, he has a bit of a samurai thing going on, like especially here, like with this skirt. To me, that looks more like a samurai skirt. And his head, I don't know about you guys, but I think this head, to me, it's very reminiscent of the Shredder from Ninja Turtles, with this like big spike here and all that. It's the general shape. But any old who. Grimlock stands at about 8 inches tall. Yeah, from about up here, he's about 8 inches, 7.5 inches tall, depending upon, where you want to gauge his actual height, either at the top of this or at the top of his head. He only comes with one accessory, and that, of course, being his club. And it kind of still has like a Japanese kanabo look to it. Because you guys don't know what that is, it's a Japanese hammer, which is basically the equivalent to like how we see devils and demons with pitchforks. Their demons, or oni as they call them, use kanabos, which is just that. And to me, that's what it looks like. It doesn't look very European. It comes apart because it's just how it's in the packaging. In beast mode, they expect you to slip this end is hollow here. I don't know if that can pick up that well on the camera, but it's hollow in there. You're supposed to slip it onto his tail, and it just looks really stupid. If you didn't want this, you could, I guess, make it look like he's got a spear. I don't know. I don't really plan on keeping the Dinobots in their robot mode, because it's just, I don't know, they're the Dinobots, they're supposed to be more comfortable in their dinosaur mode anyway. But let's set this aside for now. Let's get into the articulation with this guy. His head, due to his transformation, his head can move all the way around, which is nice. It can look, again, due to the transformation, it can look all the way down. Can't really look up at all. The T-Rex upper jaws over here, they can go all the way up like that, so it doesn't really hinder the arms too much. I think that's pretty cool. You can go all around like that. The hand is not an open hand. Oh, holy shit. That piece falls off a lot. This little cod piece to his skirt. Pop that right back on there. Anywho, the hands are not open, obviously, they're just fixed in there, so, and due to the transformation, he's got like this wrist swivel going on here. Pretty much all the parts of his arms are also the dinosaur legs, so they are at the shoulder, here at the forearm, right above the elbow. That's the bicep swivel. Like that. Arms, whoop, I'm gonna swivel that back around. Arms can bend that much. You can, like, it's easier to pose the hammer or club if, you know, you can swivel it around to make it, you know, look exactly the way you want. You know, and it doesn't look too bad, you know. This peg, it clips into the back here, you know, but it doesn't really show up if you just kind of put it to the side like that. The legs, again, they go all the way up like that, all the way back. You can almost do the splits. The knee goes up that far. Obviously, due to the transformation, he can move his toes. And surprisingly enough, we get an... Where is it? We get an ankle pivot, or rocker, whatever you prefer to call it. I thought that was really cool. I was not expecting that. Looks kind of weird, but it only goes inward, which is also kind of weird, but... I have some of the other Dinobots over here in their robot mode. So I'm going to show you what they look like. If I can get Grimlock to stand up straight. Right here he is, next to Slag, or Slug as they're calling him nowadays. Because England seems to have a problem with that word. And here is Strafe. Not Swoop. And the couple new Dinobots to the team. There's Slash, the Velociraptor, and Scorn, the Spinosaurus. And all of these guys are pretty much, what, about 5... Most of them are about 5.5 inches, depending. I think Slash is the shortest, and Slag might be the tallest in robot mode. Alright, let's get on to transforming this guy. And I have been transforming these guys a lot. Like, I've been flipping them back and forth. You know, just because right now I keep them on like a little desk, like shelf I have. Let's get on to the transformation. Alright. Obviously, these are the dinosaur feet, so be moving them all the way back up. And then you swip them back around into that little peg, which is also used for keeping the foot in place by the knee to make it look, give it more like a natural dinosaur look. You don't really fiddle with those too much for right now. Well, you gotta spin the head all the way around. And then this pops off of the back here. And you gotta, this is a little tricky. You kind of have to pull that up and then pull that through. I don't even know if I got that on camera or not. You gotta move the jaw as far as you can till it like meets in this area here. I'm try to get these down a bit so it's easier to see. And definitely gotta flip the chest up from its little perch as far as it can go. Now this piece here you have to it fits snugly into what was his chest cavity or back cavity. Slip. Gotta make sure those stay up. And now his feet go all the way down like that. Flip these back around because these become the dino chest. Gotta make sure this little flap stays up. The tail connects right there, that little peg. Come on. Here we go. Alright, now, I don't know if you can see this, but well, here on the tail or legs over by the robot knee, there are these little pegs that are supposed to tab into a part on his back. They're a little difficult to tab into, just so don't go too crazy with that. Don't worry about it. It stays pretty alright, and then you just swivel the legs into their proper form. And then you pull his horns all the way, not all the way down because that would look silly. Get them perked up to your general liking. Make sure the legs look natural. The knees are bent out a little bit. Alright, there we go. I'll move the camera just a little bit. Alright, there we go. Alright, there's Grimlock in his beast mode. I love this figure, I really do. I think his beast mode looks really cool. Up, his tail came unplugged. Okay, yeah, I think this looks really cool. Looks 10 times better than the leader class one. I'll post pictures along inside the video while I'm talking over this part, I guess. Ah, God, it just looks so awful in comparison to this guy. I mean, God, it looked like if you woozled together a frickin' wiener dog and an alligator. Like, the proportions are just god awful. I mean, this isn't 100% perfect, but it's a lot better, in my opinion. And like I said, I plan on keeping my Dinobots in beast mode, and that was pretty much the deciding factor for me, which one I wanted to buy. Not to mention, this is in slightly better scale. It just is. Let's take a quick look at the paint. I really like the way this looks. I like the fact that all the Dinobots have this, like they each have like a base color. Each of them has a different one. You know, Strafe has blue, Scorn has red, you know, all that good stuff. Grimlock has this burnt orange color, which I really like. Goes good with the black and the gray. Looks really nice. I'll do like a color choice for that. And I guess the silver on like the skull over here and parts here on the tail, they look alright. You don't, you know, and there's the gray. It would have been nicer if we got rid of that gray and had that silver throughout. That would have looked a lot nicer. And as I get into the articulation, Grimlock has a chomping gimmick like a lot of Grimlocks tend to do nowadays. It's not too kibbly. I mean, obviously you can tell that's what the legs are supposed to be. But other than that, obviously you're not going to be looking underneath it. Looks pretty good, in my personal opinion. Not 100, not the greatest figure ever, but, excuse me, not the greatest figure ever, but I love it. I think it looks cool. I'm super excited for this movie. As I'm saying this review, it's supposed to come out in the next couple days, so I'm pretty excited for it. I'm sure Dave has his, you know, he's a little, what's the word I'm looking for? He's a little, he's unsure if he wants to see it. I knew there was another word I wanted to use, but... Alright, let's get into the articulation of this guy, which there's not a whole lot of, obviously. His dinosaur legs can go pretty much anywhere you want. I'm not going to get too much into that, just because, obviously, I showed you already with the robot mode. His arms can go all the way back. They can go inwards a little bit. If you want to move these flaps to give his arms more range of motion, I don't know why you would do that, because it doesn't look right. You know, he can pretty much rear up if you want. And because these don't tab in that well, you can make them a little bit fatter, but again, that just doesn't look quite right, so oh yeah, but yeah, that's Grimlock. I give this figure a pretty good rating. If you're trying to collect the Dinobots, I highly suggest this one over the leader class one by far. But then again, if you want to just keep him in the robot mode and not keep him in dinosaur mode, then by all means go with the leader class. I mean, it'll set you back a little bit more money. This guy's only a little over $20, depending upon where you get him. Obviously Walmart, Toys R Us would be the better choice, clearly. Or you could go to some place like Big Bad Toy Store. They've always got good figures. You know, you can generally buy the boxes so you can get the figures of the wave. You know, if you don't mind paying the shipping. They have some pretty good deals. Whoops. They have some pretty good deals. I really like these guys. And I'm not promoting them or anything, just, you know, for nothing, but... And I like them. I mean, obviously, I'm not getting paid to promote them or anything like that, don't get me wrong. I just really like those guys, and I figure you guys should know about them if you don't. If you guys want to check out the review for Leader Class Grimlock, or if you'd like to get a second opinion on this figure, check out Shartimus Prime's channel. He's been one of my favorite toy reviewers for a while. He and a bunch of the other guys that do these kind of reviews gave me the inspiration to do them myself. Obviously, I'm just starting out. And if you'd like to, like I said, if you want a second opinion, or if you want to see a better review on this guy, head over to Shartimus Prime's channel. I'll put the link in the description. He has done this figure and the Leader Class figure, so you can check that out if you want. But I will do the rest of the Dinobots, and then during the last figure of that, I will show them all in their beast modes. Obviously, I'm not gonna, because I'm gonna do all these in succession, you know, dating the video. But so I'll just do like, I'll show whoever I do next. I think I'll do Strafe next, just cause I don't know. And then I'll show all the other Dinobots in robot mode next to him, obviously because you already saw him against Grimlock. So, all right, well, I'm not gonna ramble on anymore, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and become a member of the Cheesecake Nation today. Please let me know if there are any other figures that you would like me to review for the toy box. And again, I am Super Chudge Funk, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.